India, good evening. Thanks for joining us on Times Now. Political fireworks have erupted over Katchatheevu Island issue once again. At the center of the raging politics is the way India under Prime Minister Indira Gandhi relinquished its claim over the island as part of an agreement signed in 1974. The story is not new and the facts of the 1974 agreements are well known. But what has sparked the recent political fight is a fresh revelation that has exposed the DMK's hypocrisy on Katchatheevu. DMK MP S Jaishankar on July 23, 1974 roared in Parliament against the India-Sri Lanka Maritime Agreement, asserting that this agreement was against the interests of the country and amounted to surrender of our territory. While DMK MP thundered against the Katchatheevu deal in Parliament, information received through an RTI reply reveals that the then Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Karunanidhi gave his general acceptance to the agreement during a meeting with foreign officials a month ago. In that meeting, he said he could not be expected to take a public stand in favor of the agreement, but promised that he would ensure that reactions against the agreement remained within safe limits. Leading the attack against DMK over its hypocrisy was Prime Minister Modi. Taking to social media platform X, he said that DMK has done nothing to safeguard Tamil Nadu's interest and that new details emerging have unmasked DMK's double standards totally.
If we have today a situation, as I shared with all of you, that in the last 20 years, if 6,184 fishermen were detained, if 1,175 boats were detained, you all know who is responsible. One of the reasons why we are debating it is in looking at these two issues, the Katchatheevu issue and the fishermen issue, two parties, the Congress and the DMK, have approached this matter as though they have no responsibility for it, as though the situation is for central government, today's central government, for them to resolve. There is no history to this. This has just happened. They are the people who are taking up the cause. That is the way they would like to project it. The fact is, we know today actually not just who did it, but also who hid it, who were all the parties who were responsible for the 1974 Katchatheevu agreement. Also, how the fishing rights were terminated in 1976.
As the Modi government cornered DMK and Congress, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister accused the Prime Minister of diversionary tactics. He asserted that BJP government was sleeping for 10 years and is now showing sudden love for the fishermen community. Congress was also quick to counter the BJP with Congress leaders daring the Prime Minister to reclaim Katchatheevu if he was truly committed to welfare of the fisher folks. Tamil Nadu BJP President K. Annamalai, on whose RTI application the revelation has been made, shot back at the DMK and Congress.
Concealment, conspiracy और collusion, इन तीन C's का जो खुलासा हुआ है कच्चातीवू के संदर्भ में, कांग्रेस did it, DMK hid it, दोनों ने मिलकर, दोनों प्राथमिकता देते हैं परिवार को, फर्स्ट फैमिली सोच रखने वाले लोगों ने नेशन फर्स्ट को नहीं सोचा और देश के टुकड़े करके उसको दे दिए.
The problem with BJP, RSS and Mr. Modi is that when they are slapped in their faces in Tamil Nadu, when people are rejecting them again, they want a diversionary tactic. We are very clear that if fishermen are attacked and if our brothers in fishermen in Ramnad district are attacked, we will, India government, we will raise our voice to take back Katchatheevu. But in 10 years, they had failed to do that thing. Therefore, Mr. Modi should stop this cheapness. He has been rejected by Tamil Nadu, and therefore we know that they will not get even one seat.
வெளியுறவுத்துறை செயலாளர் கேவல் சிங் அவர்கள் தமிழ்நாட்டினுடைய முதலமைச்சர் திரு கருணாநிதி அவர்களை சந்தித்து அனுமதியை பெற்று அதன் பிறகு கச்சத்தீவு இலங்கைக்கு கொடுக்கப்பட்டது என்பது தெள்ளத் தெளிவாக இந்த நோட்ஸ் நமக்கு காட்டுது. இந்த நோட்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது போல கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 9 பக்கத்திற்கான நோட்ஸ். அவங்களுடைய 1 மணி நேரம் நடந்த பிரீஃபிங் என்ன பேசினாங்க அப்படிங்கிறது 9 பக்கத்துக்கான நோட்ஸ். இதை முழுவதுமாக இன்னைக்கு பத்திரிகையாளர்கள் நாங்கள் வெளியிடுகின்றோம். நேற்று பேசியது, இன்று பேசியது எல்லா காப்பியும் உங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துட்றோம். இதில் மிக முக்கியமானது, அன்னைக்கு முதலமைச்சராக இருந்த கலைஞர் கருணாநிதி அவர்கள் கேட்குறாங்க, இதை ஒரு 2 வருடம் தள்ளி போட முடியுமா? இன்னைக்கு வேண்டாம், 2 வருடம் தள்ளி போட்டு கச்சத்தீவை நீங்க தார வாருங்க, இன்னைக்கு வேண்டாம் என்று சொல்றாங்க.
Let's open this up. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress party, and Dr. Sumansi Raman needs no introduction. Good evening, gentlemen. Dr. Raman, before we, talk politics, what do you make of this fact that one former prime minister said that, look, this has only nuisance value and I'm not interested in keeping this?
Pranesh, I think first of all, we have to look at a few facts here. Now, if the BJP can put forth the document that conclusively established Katchatheevu was a part of India, was part of sovereign Indian territory after the time of independence, that will resolve this whole thing. Then obviously it was given away. What did the government say then? The government said that the status of Katchatheevu was unclear and there was no evidence that after independence it was part of sovereign Indian territory. In fact, that was the reason they said that without a resolution and without a parliamentary approval, they were able to, pass, sign the agreement. Now, 2 quick points here. I'm extremely intrigued by this. What Pandit Nehru said or what, Mrs. Gandhi did. Mrs. Gandhi had a very, very clear agenda, and that is part of part of government records even then. That international waters, she did not want international waters to be created between India and Sri Lanka simply because that could become a national security risk. And at that point of time, Sri Lanka was a friendly neighbor, and therefore we believed that either the water should belong to India or the water should belong to Sri Lanka. Also, we did not give up Katchatheevu without getting anything in return, so it was not a gift. There was an area called the Wedge Bank, which is part of the same agreement near Kanyakumari.
It's so interesting. First, you began by saying that, look, we don't know whether this was a sovereign territory or not. Then you're saying that we eventually gave it up in return for something. Now, both of it can't be true at the same time. No, 1 minute.
No, they are
Dr.
true.
Raman,
They are
1 minute. On the
Look,
larger
Wedge
point.
Bank, the status, 1 minute, Pranesh. The status of Wedge Bank and the status of Katchatheevu were both contested by both countries. So therefore, we gave up Katchatheevu and we took Wedge Bank, and they gave up Wedge Bank and they took Katchatheevu. End of story.
But while you're saying that, we averted
not
many national security risks, are we forgetting that this is strategically important part of land there?
It is strategically important. In fact, that is why Mrs. Gandhi wanted to avoid it being international waters, because tomorrow US will send ships, China will send ships there.
So we gave it away. Now,
we did not. Hello, excuse me, do you know the area of Katchatheevu? Katchatheevu is 200 acres.
285 acres, yes.
Yes. What is the area which we gave away to Bangladesh now? We took 7,110 acres, we gave away 17,000 acres. What are we talking about, Pranesh? And mind you, that was the right thing to do with Bangladesh. The Congress party actually supported that because it is in national interest to solve that problem with Bangladesh, which had existed, where some of our enclaves were inside Bangladesh, some of their enclaves were inside India. So the government,
Dr. Sumansi
the BJP
Raman,
government,
while you are articulating this, justifying the stand taken by the Congress as also the role of the DMK leaders are saying that we opposed it then.
No, they have to say it politically. They have to say it because the AIADMK has been using this issue only for the last 30 years or 35 years against the DMK, saying that they betrayed Tamil Nadu's interests, they betrayed the interests of fishermen and so on.
Okay, so you don't see any betrayal. Gopal Krishna Agarwal, people are questioning the timing of this disclosure.
Ramesh, we have to understand what the Congress spokesperson just now said. He agreed. Let us be clear on the fact. Did Congress gave away this Katchatheevu Island to Sri Lanka? That is the only fact that we have to establish. Now, why they did it, what they can explain. They are explaining.
Will it belong to
but
India?
the basic fact is they conceded this to Sri Lanka in 1974. And what S Jaishankar ji has been saying, at that point of time, if they had given that, at least they should have negotiated for fishermen's right, because since 1974, when we gave this island to Sri Lanka, conceded this island, and what was the statement? They should have at that point of time said that no, it is not a useful island, it's just a rock. Instead, they should have said in the parliament that we are negotiating this and we are buying this argument because of these benefits. They have not done that. They have simply saying that it is a useless piece of land. It has nothing to do. It's a rock. We are giving away. Now they are explaining because strategically that was there. So thing is that in the parliament they did not give the right statement. Second thing is, when they should have negotiated for our fishermen's right. That's what S Jaishankar ji is saying, that more than 1,100 our fishing boats have been captured by Sri Lanka since that time. More than 6,000 fishermen are getting held up by Sri Lanka. It is causing hardship to our fishermen. At least we should have negotiated that. So the fact have to be cleared. And now they, at this point of time elections, they are trying to act as if they have no responsibility in giving away this island.
Mr. Agarwal, just stay with us.
These are the
Dr.
issues
Nikul
to be
Patel.
debated. These are important issues.
No, we'll come to it, sir. Dr. Nikul Patel, first of all, do you agree on the decision to give away Katchatheevu?
First, I would like to say that right now, whatever issue is being raised by BJP is a political issue. And at that particular point of time, if whatever decision was taken on land boundary agreement may be fair at that time. Now, whatever the BJP is claiming, if the same integrity and unity and integrity of our country is really responsible for the country's prime minister as well as the parliament, then in last 10 years, nothing has been taken care of by the present government regarding the fishermen's right. Now, suddenly during the time of election, they know that in 2019, out of 39, they were not able to win a single seat. And that is why they want to play with the emotional part of the Tamil Nadu and the fishermen there who are staying. Rightly, right now, there is nothing a matter of this politics right now. It's merely
it's not just about the it's not just about the fisher folks.
BJP
1 minute,
want
Dr.
to
Patel.
entertain
1 minute, Dr. Patel. You're trying to trivialize this issue. It is not as simplistic as you would want us to believe. Dr. Raman said that this is he did not play down the importance of Katchatheevu. What you are trying to do is you suggest that ye to kuch nahi tha, humne de diya because then calculations were different. Many in the Congress are now daring the BJP that if you have the wherewithal, go get it back.
To me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So this is
in last 10 years, if Jaishankar sir is already our secretary to international affairs, if he was really serious about the things, then he must have come across with the point in the parliament, but it never come out. This is the point where it was raised during the election time. And if the really government is interested in integrity and union territory, whatever part we are having, then why government is not talking of China? Why not talking of Ladakh? Why not talking of Assam? Why not talking of Bangladesh? So it's merely a discussion of a political motive raised by Bharatiya Janata Party to gain the emotional votes from the Tamil Nadu, which they have never gained.
You're talking about China. Gopal Krishna Agarwal will ask you about the 2008 agreement. What was signed between the Congress and the CCP? Dr. Agarwal.
The issue, we have to understand, Pradesh, that the fact, now what the Congress spokesperson and opposition party people are saying, that they will do all the wrong things, then that has to be corrected. Why BJP has not corrected it? Why BJP has not corrected, fought with the China and got back Accusations? Why they have not got back this Katchatheevu? So the thing is, what we are saying is, Congress has, since independence, played a bad boys issues at every point of time.
No, the
There are
Congress,
several
sir, is
issues
justifying
where
the decision.
national
1 minute, Mr. Agarwal, as we speak, Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, has put out a tweet. And let me read it. He just tweeted this about 3-4 minutes ago. He says, when China resorts to provocation, PM Modi attempts to seek refuge by a false narrative on Katchatheevu. He's saying that this is a false narrative on Katchatheevu. Then he says, even after at least 19 rounds of bilateral talks with his Chinese counterpart, PM Modi has not been able to use any diplomatic influence on China to stop this absurdity of renaming Indian territories. The reason is simple. Post Doklam and Galwan and after the Chinese occupation of 2,000 square kilometers of Indian territories in Ladakh and multiple transgressions in Arunachal, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Modi has conveniently handed over clean sheet to China. Gopal Krishna Agarwal.
We have to understand. The issue is what is there in Arunachal Pradesh. China has been claiming that Arunachal Pradesh is their part since not now today. The China has been doing it since long. What Congress was dealing with China over Arunachal Pradesh, they did not build even a single bridge over Brahmaputra for decades. The single bridge which was being built over Brahmaputra connecting Assam to Arunachal was stalled because the China did not want. The China asked the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh not to go to Arunachal. The Prime Minister Manmohan Singh did not go to Arunachal Pradesh. How we have dealt since last 10 years, 9 bridges have been built over Brahmaputra to connect Assam to Arunachal Pradesh. The way the infrastructure is built on the border, Congress never wanted to build infrastructure near Chinese border. They'll say that they always said that if we build infrastructure near a border, the Chinese army will come inside. So wherever China has been claiming over Arunachal, we have taken a strong objection to do it. Our Prime Minister has visited several times. Modi ji has visited several. The way we are dealing on, we never say that Arunachal is not a problem with China. It is there. Ladakh, there is a problem. But the way we have dealt with China over those problems, there is a marked difference with how Congress was dealing with international problems and how BJP.
Dr. Sumansi Raman, before we end this,
there is a difference. We are not saying that the problems are not there.
The hypocrisy of the DMK that BJP has called out, that the DMK MP was quite vociferous, vocal in parliament in opposing the maritime agreement, while you had the then CM Karunanidhi agreeing to giving away Katchatheevu.
No, one minute. DMK double standards is a separate topic altogether, but I just want to ask you one question, Pranesh. How come Katchatheevu in 2015, when Mr. Jaishankar was the foreign secretary, when his ministry gives a reply saying that there was no exchange of Indian territory in that agreement because the status of Katchatheevu was undetermined at that point of time. This is not me saying it. This is the same Mr. Jaishankar in his previous avatar as a foreign secretary. As a foreign secretary, he was not part of Indian territory when it was given away. But when he becomes foreign minister 1 week before the election, it becomes Indian territory.
Mr. Agarwal, quick response.
Answer the question. That document is in public domain where he has himself stated there was no exchange of Indian territory.
Mr. Agarwal, quickly.
We have to understand that the fact is that, the fact is currently that this Katchatheevu Island has been given by the Congress to Sri Lanka in 1974. That is the fact that he was saying earlier. And now he's putting the fact the Congress and the DMK.
You have to own it to give something, sir.
No, on the BJP.
If you don't own it, how can you give it?
Okay, gentlemen, we're completely out of time. I thank all of you, Gopal Krishna Agarwal, Dr. Raman and Dr. Patel for joining us on Times Now.